new Choco Donut cereal is a crunchy, chocolatey part of this balanced breakfast.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for beloved foods that have unfortunately been lost to time.
You make people nervous.
He's always right.
All right. Watermelon.
Number 30, onion nuggets. Change can be a hard pill to swallow, even when it comes to something as small as the shape of your food. During the 1970s, McDonald's tried to put a spin on the classic onion ring with their own creation, onion nuggets. The perfectly bite-sized morsels were an interesting deviation from their usual options, but they unfortunately were not enough to hold the public's interest. They were quickly overshadowed by the introduction of McNuggets to their menu, which immediately became a fan favorite.
I'm blown away that this was a predecessor to the chicken nugget.
Well, you gotta start nuggetifying something before you get to chicken.
I'm willing to bet that these probably contain more chicken than an actual current chicken nugget.
Before long, the onion variation had been phased out and was eventually quietly discontinued. Although it may not have been the most lucrative, the concept sounds so delicious that we can't help but feel robbed of them.
Onion rings, I'll still find a way to complain about those because when you bite them, you bite, the whole onion strings out of the ring. Not so with these.
Number 29, Taco Supreme Doritos.
Introducing the great taste of new Taco Supreme flavored Doritos tortilla chips.
When it comes to brand partnerships, no one does it better. There are several Doritos-infused items on the Taco Bell menu available to buy today, but their collaborations go back much further. Their first joint product dates all the way back to the 1990s with Taco Supreme Doritos. The chips were made with a signature flavoring to get the exact same taste as the iconic Mexican chain, making it one of the most daring to be released at that time. It was unfortunately retired less than a decade later following PepsiCo's divestment from the brand. A similar taco flavor was introduced soon afterwards, but it simply wasn't the same. And to this day, people are petitioning to have it return.
Why don't you kids do something different for a change?
Get out, film!
Okay, Mom.
Number 28, Pop-Tarts Crunch.
They're crunchy, and you can pour milk on them. Pop-Tart Crunch!
Some foods sound so good that it's hard to believe they ever existed at all. While regular Pop-Tarts were already great on their own, they were elevated to an even higher level in 1994 when they were released in cereal form. They were inspired by a trend where consumers would break up the pastries and eat them with milk. And the final product did not disappoint. Available in strawberry or brown sugar cinnamon with filling in the center, the breakfast item was the definition of rich. It was an ingenious idea, but it only lasted for about a year before ultimately being pulled from their line. It goes to show that a trend's supposed popularity can burn as easily as it pops.
To make sure I wasn't dreaming, I attempted to fly and landed on the dog. Great, it means there really is a Pop-Tart cereal.
Number 27, Whopperrito.
That is a good idea.
That is so cool. I like it.
Modify it for you.
No, it's actually because I love the way they flame broil the meat anyway. Yeah. So I'm good.
With just one item, countless people's decision fatigue was relieved. If you think the combination of a Whopper and a burrito sounds insane, you'd be right, but that doesn't make the execution any less delicious. In 2016, Burger King came out with one of their most bizarre creations yet, the Whopperrito. Consisting of all the classic elements of the burger and plenty of queso wrapped in a perfectly cooked tortilla, it was the very definition of decadence.
Are you giving up Taco Bell at midnight to get a Whopperrito at Burger King?
Based on my experience at Taco Bell, this is the preferable burrito for me.
It ended up being a hit, leading to it being introduced nationwide and earning the respect of food critics and customers alike. Unfortunately, it was a limited time item, meaning despite its popularity, by the end of the year, it had completely vanished.
Oh my God. Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Number 26, Triple Decoroni Pizza.
New Pizza Hut Triple Decoroni Pizza. 90 pepperoni pieces, 6 cheeses, 2 crusts, 1 hellacious taste.
Could there possibly be a thing as too much pizza? Pizza Hut certainly doesn't seem to think so, and we agree. In 1996, they came out with one of their most insane items to date, a multi-layered pizza with 6 different cheeses inside. The concoction is the peak of indulgence, and sounds almost too good to be true.
This is pizza. I mean, it's a pizza. I'll tell you what we did a good job of. We did a really great job of mimicking Pizza Hut pizza.
Though it appeared to be enjoyed by consumers, it still disappeared from their menu just a few years later. It wouldn't be the only time they've removed a fan favorite. The beloved Pizzone was only brought out of retirement for a short period before disappearing once more. To this day, some people are holding out hope that the Deckaroni will make a comeback as well.
New triple-decker pizza from Pizza Hut. 6 cheeses, 2 crusts, and 1 hellacious taste.
Number 25, C-3PO's cereal.
I really wish that they were still making C-3POs to see how aggressive the commercials would be.
Given how popular the Star Wars franchise was throughout the 1980s, it only makes sense that they'd release as many branded products associated with it as possible. They came out with plenty of toys and trading cards, but they didn't stop there. In 1984, C-3POs, a cereal inspired by the iconic droid, hit the market.
Yeah, the Force is with us.
A delicious part of this nutritious breakfast.
They were shaped like 2 rings fused together, giving it a bit of extra crunch. It was a unique idea, but unfortunately, nothing gold can stay. Just a couple of years later, the promotion between the company and the film ended, and C-3POs went with it. The product was rebranded to Pro-Grain and marketed as a sports food. It's just as well. 3PO isn't exactly athletic.
Now you can experience the taste of Kellogg's C-3POs. A crunchy new force at breakfast.
May the Force be with you.
Number 24, Lifesaver Holes.
New Lifesaver's Holes Candy. The unmistakable flavor of Lifesaver's candy in unforgettably delicious little bites.
Some concepts are so silly that they loop back around to being genius. Lifesavers have come in standard ring shape, with a space in the middle. In 1990, they shook things up with the release of Lifesaver Holes, a tiny fruit-flavored sphere that filled in the original shape.
Look who's making waves. Lifesaver's Holes.
It was the perfect tongue-in-cheek creation, and when they were first released, they seemed to be popular. However, they were gone just as soon as they arrived. The tube they came in was found to be a choking hazard, leading to the business pulling the product before anyone could be hurt or worse. Even though it's understandable, some are hoping that they'll get another chance with different packaging.
Watch out for holes. They're gonna be big.
Number 23, PB Crisps.
PB Crisps and new chocolate, yes, chocolate crisps from Planters.
You know a snack is good when there are websites dedicated to its potential return decades after they stopped being made. Made by Planters in 1992, PB Crisps were essentially a peanut-shaped graham cracker stuffed with delicious fillings, such as chocolate, strawberry, and peanut butter. Not much is known about why this delicious snack was suddenly ripped away from consumers in 1995, but it hasn't stopped some superfans from trying to convince the company to bring them back. There's even a whole online movement spanning across multiple social media sites dedicated to advocating for its return. There haven't been any updates so far, but that hasn't dampened their spirits whatsoever. If that's not dedication, we don't know what is. Number 22, Flintstones Push-Up Pops.
Fruity Flintstone sherbet and creamy cool vanilla.
Although a couple of cereals inspired by them still exist today, at one point, the Flintstones had an undeniable chokehold on pop culture. This extended to other cereals, such as the now-defunct marshmallow variety Dino Pebbles. But there were other foods as well, with one of the most popular being their ice cream push-up pops. Each flavor was inspired by the beloved characters, such as Cave Kid Cherry and Bedrock Berry.
A yabba, dabba, a dabba, do, yeah, Flintstones push-ups, that's what's cool.
Some variations even had candy embedded in them. After a few years, the characters were eventually dropped from the branding. And even though the popsicles themselves still exist, they don't have any of the nostalgia. It's proof of how powerful branding can be, and how attached people can become to it.
Comes the star of the Stone Age with new Flintstones Cool Cream Push-Ups.
Number 21, Peanut Butter Boppers.
Peanut Butter Boppers. It's creamy peanut butter, a crispy coating, and a whole lot more.
A snack this delicious is simply too powerful to remain on grocery store shelves permanently. Peanut Butter Boppers were a dream made of smooth peanut butter rolled in crunchy toppings. They were introduced in 1985 and quickly found a following, leading to new flavors being added. Despite having captured the hearts of so many, they unfortunately didn't make it to the end of the decade. The reasons for their discontinuation haven't been revealed, but their disappearance hasn't stopped fans from loving them.
Peanut butter boppers are a peanut butter dream.
There have been several copycat recipes published, offering customers a chance to recreate their favorite childhood snack themselves. In 2023, General Mills even acknowledged that consumers missed the product, and to this day, many are hoping that they will bop back.
The original flavors were Fudge Chip, Honey Crisp, and Peanut Crunch, And in June of 1986, Boppers added Fudge Graham and Cookie Crunch to the lineup.
Number 20, McDonald's fried apple pie.
Hot apple pie, like you've never seen or tasted before.
While this item still exists in spirit, it doesn't hold a candle to the original. In 1968, McDonald's changed the game with the release of their fried apple pies. They made for the perfect end to each meal there, and for decades, they were sold as is. Everything changed in 1992 when the chain decided to switch up the cooking method. Rather than frying them, they opted to bake them instead, with the hopes of being healthier. It's unclear how much of a difference there was in terms of health, but the contrast in their taste definitely stands out. Since then, the pies have never been the same, and there are multiple generations of people who will probably never get to try them. Number 19, Burger King Cini Minis.
New fresh-baked Cini Minis, 4 delicious rolls from the heart of the bun.
An idea this good should have always been a permanent fixture. Although they're mostly known for their savory items, in 1998, Burger King teamed up with Pillsbury to create a dessert. The Cini Minis, a line of tiny cinnamon rolls, were baked fresh daily. They ended up being a hit and remained on the menu for nearly 15 years before suddenly vanishing in 2012. Fans did not take that choice lying down. Petitions advocating for its return began circulating, showing widespread support for the defunct breakfast item. It seems there's a potential end to their wait. They were brought back for a limited time in Florida in late 2024. If they test well there, they could potentially return on a national level as well.
When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
Number 18, ice cream cone cereal. Sugar-loaded cereals are like crack for kids, so it's only natural that the sickeningly sweet brands are the ones we're gonna remember most fondly. Case in point, ice cream cone cereal. Sold by General Mills in the late 80s when companies were not even bothering to pretend that the cereal they were peddling was healthy, ice cream cones consisted of puffed sweet treats that tasted like your favorite flavors of ice cream: chocolate chip, vanilla, and chocolate. Little golden sugar cone-shaped triangles stood in for the cones to complete the visual effect. They only lasted a year in their original run, though it was brought back for a one-time deal in 2003 for the ice cream cone's 100th anniversary, and General Mills introduced drumstick cereal in 2019. But 1987 was still the sweetest year of them all. Number 17, Cheetos Twisted.
It's geometry time. Ooh, smackometry time.
It may seem as if there's a new flavor of Cheetos available every week, so you'd be forgiven if you didn't notice that Cheetos Twisted no longer exist.
New Twisted Cheetos snacks.
These curly Q-shaped Cheeto snacks were thicker, meaning more of that finger-staining cheese dust to coat your fingers. They also arrived armed with that patented Cheetos Crunch, and were available from around 2002 to 2012. But all good things must eventually come to an end. The Cheetos folks discontinued their Twisted brand, but never fear because the company is bound to create something similar down the line.
Deliciously twisted, dangerously cheesy.
Number 16, McDonald's Arch Deluxe. The Arch Deluxe was a deluxe flop.
I was gonna say that.
Me too. So obvious.
McDonald's had been growing a reputation as a restaurant for children, and they created the Arch Deluxe to combat this notion. Made specifically for adults, it contained a quarter-pound burger with all the typical toppings, plus a special sauce mixed from mustard and mayonnaise.
The soft, comforting potato roll. I'm in the zone.
The chain launched a massive marketing campaign to promote the burger, and released it nationwide in the spring of 1996. Unfortunately, it proved an enormous bomb owing to its premium price and high caloric count.
I even get to make the Arch Deluxe.
After $300 million spent in research, development, and marketing, McDonald's discontinued the Arch Deluxe in August of 2000.
If it were any more grown up, we'd need to check your ID.
Number 15, Shake 'em Up Fries. It's amazing what fast food companies will do to capture the attention of children. Take some standard fries, add a packet of flavoring, and bam, Shake 'em Up Fries. Thanks for your money.
There's so many ways you can shake them up, like the jackhammer shake, the helicopter shake. You can simply dump in your fries, add as much delicious cheese flavor as you like, then shake and eat.
Back in 2002, Burger King introduced this item, which was essentially fries with a packet of cheese powder that allowed kids to make the so-called cheesy fries. It was a fun little novelty, but not much else. And like most novelties, the fun quickly wore off, and the Shake 'em Up fries were discontinued as quickly as they appeared. They now exist solely in the nostalgic recesses of 90s kids everywhere. Number 14, the Dairy Queen Breeze.
If you love frozen yogurt, the new Breeze will really blow you away!
The Blizzard is a Dairy Queen mainstay and has remained as such since its introduction in 1985. The company sold 100 million Blizzards in its first year alone, and people continuously flock to the chain to get their hands on the soft-serve treat.
Our famous Blizzard is on sale now for just 99 cents. Or get a Breeze made with non-fat frozen yogurt, same price.
So good!
5 years after its inception, Dairy Queen attempted a low-calorie frozen yogurt alternative called the Breeze, which was said to have 10 fewer calories per ounce.
The delicious blended fresh Breeze frozen yogurt treat, now just $1.39. We treat you right.
The Breeze lasted over a decade, but never reached the cultural heights of its denser predecessor, and was discontinued in 2001 owing to a lack of demand. Number 13, Volcano Burrito. Introduced in 1995 as a tie-in to the movie Congo, the Volcano Burrito came equipped with the standard ground beef, shredded cheese, rice, red tortilla strips, and a special lava sauce.
If you're hungry for excitement, get the new Volcano Burrito at Taco Bell. But hurry, at just 99 cents, a taste eruption like this won't be active for long.
It disappeared following the promotion, but was brought back in the spring of 2009, where it was placed on the so-called Volcano menu, alongside the Volcano Taco.
Want one? Oh, great, look at you. You're a mess. Relax. I got it covered.
It was a very popular item, and even to this day, people are trying to replicate the delicious lava sauce at home. Unfortunately, the Volcano menu was scrapped in 2012, and the Volcano Burrito disappeared the following year.
Don't look at me.
That said, it can reportedly still be found in Britain, South Korea, and Iceland. Number 12, S'mores Grams, aka S'mores Crunch. Ice cream is great, but maybe you gravitated more towards the serialized, deconstructed version of this late-night camping fireside snack. General Mills has shrunk down many a treat over the years. Some have stood the test of time, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, while others, like French Toast Crunch, were discontinued, only to be revived due to popular demand.
Make it homemade taste. I like it.
Sadly, this particular offering, which boldly threw marshmallows into the mix without even bothering to disguise them as something else, is no longer available. It ran from 1982 to 1988 and was briefly brought back in the 90s, only to get the axe again. Number 11. Yogos.
Kellogg's Yogos just got hit with watermelon splash flavor. Part fruity flavor, part yogurty coating. New watermelon splash flavor Yogos. Worlds of fun.
Parents will often do just about anything to get their kids to eat healthy. But even the busiest folks have their limits. Yogos weren't trying to masquerade as healthy fruit or yogurt, but instead were sugary, fruit-flavored snacks with a yogurt coating on top. They were an acquired taste, to say the least, but millennials were on that taste back when they were kids, as Yogos seemed to be on top between 2005 and the beginning of the 2010s.
Logo on the Yogo.
Chewy, sweet, sour, and available in varieties of berry flavors, Yogos were perhaps too unique for this world, and burned so bright that they could never be brought back.
Ah, what a blast! Just like new Go-Go Gorilla Mix. Seriously rough stuff.
Number 10. Philadelphia Cheesecake Snack Bars.
Ooh, Philly snack bars.
Hey, ever think to yourself, I've been good. Why shouldn't I have cheesecake for a snack?
Cheesecake. What? This is heaven.
No? It was just us? Yeah, well. We have no regrets about devouring this indulgent snack from the Philadelphia people. Small, snack-sized cheesecake squares available to eat any hour of the day. You want the graham cracker bottom? You get the graham cracker bottom. You want sweet icing and fruit laced over that thick cheesecake deliciousness? Shut the front door and eat these slices of heaven in private, because we guarantee you're gonna have a moment. We can only hope and pray that the next time we stroll by our grocer's freezer, this classic snack will be staring back at us.
Treat yourself to the rich and creamy cheesecake taste of Philadelphia snack bars.
Here you go, Fluffy.
They're a little taste of heaven.
Number 9. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal. Yes, General Mills has released a modern TMNT-themed cereal inspired by the animated Nickelodeon series, but that is not the cereal we want. This show, as well as the contemporary live-action films, may resonate with the youth, but we are here in the name of nostalgia, and for 80s and 90s kids, few properties hit the mark like our favorite Heroes in a Half Shell. Featuring our beloved animated crime fighters on the box, this cereal, true to its namesake, was an odd hybrid that combines a base cereal similar to Chex with Lucky Charms-style marshmallows. And you know what? It was totally awesome.
Thanks, Redhead. Want to help put all the marshmallows back? These guys can handle it.
Number 8. Hershey's Bites. The Hershey's company has so many delicious snacks under their belt, it's easy to forget that there's also plenty of forgotten classics. Hershey's Swoops were one, but the penultimate spot on our list goes to the much-missed Hershey's Bites. No, not the candy bites, but this even crunchier and more snackable concoction that came in a variety of flavors.
Hey, look who just showed up! Introducing new Kit Kat and Heath Bites.
You get the feeling everyone is staring at us?
What, is my bag open?
Rolos, Kit Kats, peppermint patties, and more were all shrunk down and packaged in a size that was perfectly geared for guzzling. Unfortunately, they posed a choking hazard for some, and most of the line was discontinued. However, Hershey's website does say that limited flavors can be purchased direct, but don't go scouring store shelves for this one. Number 7. Cap'n Crunch's Oops Choco Donuts. It's a thin line that companies need to walk when trying to market cereal based on baked goods to kids. Parents can seemingly accept sweet treat-based products as long as they're inspired by traditional breakfast dishes like French toast or cinnamon toast. But when the concept is something like ice cream, or as is the case here, donuts, it's a little harder to swallow. Parents be damned though, these were awesome. With the familiar face of Cap'n Crunch on the box, these chocolate cereal rings garnished with sprinkles were a home run with the kids. Sadly, they were also too good for this world, and were discontinued. Number 6. Keebler Magic Middles.
An idea that will change the cookie world forever. Melted chocolatey middles in the cookies.
Too late, we just did it. New Keebler Magic Middles.
If there were ever a snack cookie king, this was the one. The mighty Keebler elves truly outdid themselves when they magically concocted the recipe for the perfect treat.
Caught him smuggling melted chocolatey filling out of your factory. Pretty clever. He hid it inside this chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, you mean Keebler Magic Middles.
The shortbread wasn't too sweet and held its integrity against that chocolatey or peanut buttery flavor core that burst onto your taste buds with the force of a fudgy freight train. Oh, and if you warmed these bad boys in the microwave for a few seconds, absolute heaven. We're not sure if we can go all the way to the top of the Keebler elf hierarchy for some answers, but we are desperate for Magic Middles to be made available again.
New Magic Middles from Keebler.
Genius, pure genius.
Number 5. Bell Beefer. Serving as Taco Bell's answer to hamburger joints, the Bell Beefer was a sloppy Joe-like burger with ground beef, onions, lettuce, and a special sauce. Nothing fancy, but it certainly gets the job done. Introduced in the 60s as the Chili Burger, the Bell Beefer enjoyed initial success, but quickly fell by the wayside. It just sort of stuck around for a while, not popular enough to be a bestseller, but not poor enough to be cut from the menu. But when Taco Bell transitioned to the Tex-Mex style in the late 80s and early 90s, the Bell Beefer finally got the boot. It made a brief resurgence in 2012 as part of the dollar menu, but this too has disappeared. Number 4. Waffle Taco. Taco Bell wanted to get in on the breakfast market, and their first order of business was the Waffle Taco.
The next generation of breakfast is here. Introducing the Waffle Taco. Eggs and sausage wrapped up in a waffle.
Consisting of a folded waffle, bacon or sausage, scrambled eggs, and a drizzle of syrup, the Waffle Taco was a truly bizarre concoction, even for those used to silly fast food novelties.
Waffle Taco, the chain's answer to the iconic McMuffin.
We did it in a uniquely Taco Bell way. We're going to do something a little bit different, and so that's how we think that we have a great chance.
Unfortunately, it didn't look good from the outset, with Chief Marketing Officer Chris Brandt ambiguously stating, quote, "Some of the things on our menu might run out of gas." That proved to be the case, as the Waffle Taco was discontinued just 1 year after its inception, having been replaced with the Biscuit Taco. Number 3. Enchirito. The source of Taco Bell's Enchirito remains disputed, with various franchise owners and even a high school student from Montebello receiving credit.
It's gooey, it's your old friend Enchirito, just 99 cents for a limited time.
The Enchirito appeared in the 60s, when one could buy an Enchirito, a taco, and a drink for 89 cents, which is about $7 today. It was composed of a tortilla, ground beef, beans, onions, and cheese.
Yes, gooey cheese.
It was officially discontinued in 1993, but brought back later that decade following intense demand. Unfortunately, it was once again taken off the menu in 2013 and has remained off ever since. With that said, customers can reportedly still order one owing to its traditional ingredients and easy construction. Number 2. Burger King Ribs. Ribs were the last thing people expected from a fast food joint like Burger King, and it was this novelty that made them a phenomenon. Back in May of 2010, Burger King introduced racks of ribs to their menu, charging customers $8.99 to get their hands on the smoky goodness.
Believe it, bone-in fire-grilled barbecue ribs, slow-cooked and smoky from Burger King.
And while some balked at the premium price, others flocked to their local franchise to give them a try. In fact, the promotion proved so successful that they were forced to cut it short owing to a lack of product. Ravenous customers had eaten their entire supply, but despite the obvious demand, the ribs have never been brought back.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. McPizza.
Pizza? McDonald's pizza. McDonald's pizza.
There once was a time when you could order pizza from an everyday McDonald's. Introduced in the 80s, the McPizza, as it was creatively called, was instantly mocked by consumers and competitors alike, with Pizza Hut even calling it the McFrozen.
No dessert for me, Mom. I don't deserve it.
Family-sized pepperoni pizza. It's a parent's dream come true.
And while it proved to be a somewhat popular novelty item, it was never really able to shed its reputation, and it was permanently pulled from the menu in the late 90s. McDonald's claims that the McPizza was discontinued owing to its long cook times, as each pizza took upwards of 10 minutes to make. Talk about a drive-through clogger.
$5.99 pizza with love from McDonald's.
However, those willing to make a trip to Orlando, Florida will find the last McDonald's in the world still serving the McPizza.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.